Hello everybody, welcome to the channel. I'm Travis and today we're going to be listening to Serpents A.E.S. Now this is going to be the second time reacting to this band, the first time being Hourglass. Absolutely amazing music video, amazing song, definitely one never skipped on my playlist. This is an up and coming Polish band. You guys absolutely need to check this band out. I imagine this is going to be an amazing song as well. It's got kind of the Cyberpunk 2077 aesthetic that Hourglass kind of had. But I imagine this is going to be an amazing song, an amazing music video, and I'm probably going to break down the lyrics again. So, yeah, let me know what you guys think.
Step too far, we're a day too late. We're trying out, hoping to our fate. I got the stars falling down. We're stuck within the hell of love. We're dead inside.
Control
Jesus, bro. Dude, that is so freaking good. I can't even, dude, they need so many more views. Seriously. This band is freaking incredible. For me personally, dude, this band is amazing. I know this is instantly going on my playlist. No doubts about it. I mean, this is a new band. They don't have much music out. But dude, seriously, I know most of my audience is in Asian countries. But dude, I would hope that you guys take the chance and kind of experiment with this music a little bit. Because this is, for me personally, this is so pleasant on the ears. For me, this is music that gets me energized, gets me excited, gets me going. And then just visually, I think it is so pleasant just on the eyes as well. And it is so interesting that I discovered this band because one of my viewers is Polish. She was always on every video. You know, I tend to notice people that comment on a lot of my videos. I tend to notice you guys. I figured, you know what? You're always watching my videos. Recommend me something. She recommended me Serpents. She said they're a newer band. She really likes them. Dude, listen to this band. Absolutely amazing. I don't know what to say. I'm just really happy that I decided to, in a sense, listen to this band, do a lyric breakdown, which I do in some of my music videos, some of my music reactions. Yeah, I'm just really glad that I decided to do that and this was recommended to me because this band is absolutely amazing. I mean, for any audience of mine that watches this reaction, definitely check them out, man. They're new. I mean, I'm new to this as well, so I think they're amazing. I think you guys should definitely take the chance, check them out. Just let me know what you think. I'm happy I discovered them, but yeah, let me just get into the lyrics here. A step too far, a day too late, we're drying out obedience to our fate. Our guiding star is falling down, we're stuck within the hell on earth, we're dead inside, prepared to die again, another 100,000 times. Well, this definitely doesn't set a positive tone. We're drying out obedience to our fate. Drying out, I feel like, in a sense, could be kind of interpreted as we're getting older, coming to the realization we can't change our fate, we have to accept it for what it is. I mean, that's kind of the reality, is you can't really change your fate too much. We all live, we all die. It's kind of the sad reality of life, unfortunately. Our guiding star is falling down. I feel like our guiding star is kind of what our goals in life is, what we aspire for, what we dream for. You know, some people dream to, you know, be a doctor. Some people dream to be a famous musician. And our guiding star is kind of that goal that we focus on and we run towards that because that's what we want in life. But then, you know, life also has a way of getting in the way, whether it comes to bills, responsibilities, it could be deaths in a family. There's just so many things that kind of get in the way that eventually you kind of lose your way. You know, this is what you running towards, and then you come to the realization that you're in the opposite direction. It's nowhere to be found. You kind of lost your way. Unfortunately, life has a way of doing that. We're stuck within the hell on earth. We're dead inside, prepared to die again another 100,000 times. I guess it's really kind of your perception, what you think life is. I mean, it could really depend on your quality of life, where you are in life. I feel like most people, the majority of the people, are not where they want to be in life. And so, in a sense, yeah, hell on earth, you know, you work, you know, you spend time away from your family. A lot of people don't really have too much to show for it. You know, they work, you know, they come home, they work, they come home, they work, you know, a lot, you know, some people spend their life at work and they never really get ahead. So for those people that are not able to follow that guiding star to achieve their dreams, that unfortunately being a famous musician or to be a doctor is unrealistic, you know, and they end up being somebody that works behind a desk in an office, yeah, it could feel like hell on earth for sure, because you're in a place that you never wanted to be. You know, you have that famous phrase in America, living the dream. By that, we mean we are unhappy, we are miserable, we don't want to be here. That's the most of us, so I could understand most of us are probably stuck on hell on earth. But, you know, if you're an optimistic person, you know, life is kind of what you make it. You know, there are some people that kind of just sit there and kind of wallow and accept their situation. Or there's people that say, I'm not happy with where I'm at, so I'm going to do something about it. So it's kind of, you know, it's kind of a perception thing. And I'm just trying to be like middle ground and kind of see it from both sides. We're dead inside. Relatable to a lot of people, myself included. So yeah, it's a little close to home. We have come to terms before we die with our dreams we've put so many times behind ourselves. Sad existence was normalized within these walls. We are prisoners with chains around our thoughts without a hope. We have come to terms before we die with our dreams we put so many times behind us. You know, I guess that's kind of like what I was saying about the guiding star. The guiding star is that dream that you have, that goal that you aspire for, what it is you want in life. Yeah, what is it a lot of people say? Aim for the moon because even if you miss, you'll land among the stars or something along those lines. Like a lot of people really aim for as far as they can go. You know, I want to be a professional football player. I want to be a doctor. I want to be a famous musician. And I mean, look, aim for as far as you can go, but also understand that it's a very, I can't say it's very unrealistic, but it's a very high probability you're not going to achieve that. I think for those that have really high goals they shoot for themselves, you know, that guiding star, those dreams, I feel like the reality is, you know, if you want to be a doctor, you got to spend this much money for college because it's expensive. Is that realistic? So do you have to put that dream behind you because it's not financially realistic? So then you decide to take up this job because it's more aligned with what is realistic? Or maybe you have this goal, but you know, you're a death in the family, so now you have to take on added responsibility, and that comes priority number one. So yeah, people do have to put those dreams behind them in a lot of instances because it's just a sad reality. Sad existence was normalized within these walls. We are prisoners with chains around our thoughts without a hope. Yeah, I think most people do have this kind of sad existence where you're never really able to do what it is you want. You know, you have to work 40 hours minimum, and in a lot of instances, you can't even financially make it. So you have to have a partner and you both have to work 40 hours in order just to barely get by. And like for me, I don't think I could even have a kid if I wanted to because it's just not financially in the cards, you know? Yeah, I mean, there's just things you can't really achieve, and it's just hard enough just to survive and just to make it, where it just really doesn't give you a lot of hope for the future and for being able to kind of find your own place in the world. We are prisoners with chains around our thoughts, kind of similar what I was saying about being a doctor is, okay, you want to be a doctor, that's your dream, that's your guiding star. Well, you also have to pay $100,000 a year for this many years in order to get the degree needed. It's like, oh wow, okay, who has what is it, 8 years? Who has, or let's just say it's 50,000. Who has $400,000 laying around? Do you want to take out a loan? Okay, you take out a loan. Okay, you can achieve this. Well, now you better achieve it. You better become a doctor because if you fail, you have a $400,000 loan, and now you are just financially in the crapper. You know, you're just financially at the mercy. You know what I mean? It's just stuff like that where I think by this, chains around our thoughts about being a doctor, those chains are responsibilities, burdens, that aspects of life that get in the way. You know, loans. Okay, you can do this, but guess what? Now you're indebted to the government for $400,000, and guess what? We're gonna want interest. And then you'll realize, like, if you don't become a doctor, well, now you are just screwed financially for possibly the rest of your life. So it's just stuff like that. Stuff that kind of just says, stop dreaming big. Just be like a little person. Just be a little person. Stop being hopeful. You know, without any hope. Yeah, stop trying to be hopeful. Now you won't find me if you want. I'm lost without a hope too. Sad existence normalized. We are prisoners with chains around our thoughts without a hope. So he's reached a point where it seems like he doesn't have any hope for the future. He's just kind of like a lot of us. You know, he's just one of those people that is kind of on autopilot, I feel, in life. You know, he doesn't have a lot of hope in achieving what it is he wants to achieve. He has just accepted the reality of the situation, which is just, we're just going to be just like everybody else. We're going to be part of the herd, you know, a sheep part of the herd in a sense where we're just going to wake up, go do our job, go home, wake up, go do our job, go home, never really have anything to show for it, live and just die to make, you know, somebody else rich, and never really have the time or the finances or the luxury to really pursue what it is that we hope for and dream. We've been beaten up again, reminded about our place. We have given our loyalty and got nothing in return. Our existence was sacrificed to serve our lords. We are prisoners within chains around our thoughts without a hope. We've been beaten up again, reminded of our place. We have given our loyalty and got nothing in return. Our existence was sacrificed to serve our lords. I guess this is kind of what I was saying about our jobs. Our lords is our employer, in a sense. This is just my interpretation. Could be different. Our lords is our employer. We have given them loyalty. We have given them however many years, 15, 20, 30, whatever. In a lot of instances, we don't really get anything in return. We get a yearly raise, but in a lot of instances, for the most typical, like, middle class people, that raise could be a very insignificant. I've had jobs, warehouse jobs where I've got like $50 a year raises, which really don't amount to anything, especially when you put in inflation. It's just kind of like, okay, well, we're still losing money. So I think that's what it's saying, loyalty, we don't get anything in return. There are some people that are doing much better in life where, they have a really important skill. That skill is indispensable. And so, you get lump sums for raises because you're very important, you're very skilled, you're but I'm just speaking from like a typical person, I would feel, maybe an office worker, or maybe somebody just working at a convenience store, kind of just like the common person. But I think by having nothing in return, and I think statistically, I've read that you're going to make more income by jumping from job to job to job than you are staying loyal to one place. That's just from what I read. And I feel like in a lot of instances, it's true. So loyalty doesn't really pay the bills anymore, which is a sad reality. But, if there's anything that I know is, regardless of how many years you commit to a company, our lords, which is my interpretation of this, is it doesn't really amount to anything, because the only thing that matters is the bottom line, which is how much income they make, how much money, how much revenue they bring in. We've been beaten up again, reminded of our place. I think of that as like the common person is like, if you're somebody that works in an office, hey, I've been with the company for 5 years. Do you think I could get a raise? What are you talking about, a raise? We don't have money for a raise. Go back and do your job. That's my interpretation, is we're just dispensable. They don't really look at us as people. We're just kind of the little person. In some instances, the little person is meant to be stepped on. I'm leaning on tomorrow to finally come and end my misery. This isn't very hopeful, but for somebody that doesn't really see a future, you could think about the housing market. You can't survive on one income. It's very rare somebody makes enough money to survive in one income in most places. And if you can manage it, you're definitely probably living paycheck to paycheck. So it's kind of like, for a lot of people, I feel, if you're just being welcomed to the world of adulthood, you're younger, even 30, I'm 30. To be able to find your place, to be able to purchase a house, to be able to find your place in the world, it's not very hopeful. And it seems like it's progressively getting worse and worse for the later generations. So for those who are becoming adults, they don't see being able to purchase a house, ever owning a house. And this is the older generation as well. People older than me, they don't really see the opportunity to be able to own a house. So in that case, they're never going to own anything. They're not really hopeful in finding their place in the world, to be able to call anything theirs. They're not hopeful on being able to pursue their dreams, that guiding star they have, to pursue their goals. You're kind of pushed into this life that you don't really want, where you're not going to own a home. You're going to work a job that is reasonable, like a just day in, day out job. Don't dream of becoming anything more than that, in a sense. So that's my interpretation. He was saying, I'm lost without a hope too. He doesn't have any hope for the future. He doesn't have any hope for getting anywhere in life, anything becoming his, finding his place. And when you don't have any hope in the world, it's kind of like, what do you have? Hope is the thing that drives us. It's the thing that motivates us. It's the thing that keeps pushing us to keep moving forward. I have committed an emotional suicide. My body is my grave. I have committed an emotional suicide. I'm buried in my head. An emotional suicide, I feel like, is him saying he's given up. Yeah, I think I kind of correlated to depression. I mean, it does parallel, and I think it's kind of another way of saying it. And like you saying, I'm buried in my head. He's in his head. That's the worst place to be when you're feeling depressed. My body is my grave. He's emotionally resigned from ever succeeding in this world. His body is his grave because at this point, he's kind of a husk of a person. He's mentally not there. He's on autopilot. He just accepts it. I'm never going to be anything. I'm just going to do what everybody else does and just kind of be on autopilot in this world until his time eventually comes. I feel like that's a lot of people. A lot of people are not very hopeful. A lot of people don't really have any hope to achieving anything. Sounds like an amazing freaking song. But when you look into the lyrics, it's kind of a rough topic. It's a topic that I think a lot of people can definitely relate to. A lot of people probably don't feel like people. A lot of us are probably doing this, but I think it takes a certain level of self-awareness to kind of realize where you are, to kind of realize, like, does this relate to me? Am I in this situation? Am I just mindlessly going to work like a robot with no thoughts of ever amounting to anything, of being anything, of following what I want and not what the world wants for me? That's a little bit what I was touching on by we're stuck within this hell on earth. That's kind of what I was saying, where it really kind of depends on your mindset, and how self-aware you are, because a lot of us live day to day, and eventually you kind of sit down and you reflect and you're like, holy crap, I'm in the same exact situation that I was 10 years ago, and I've gone nowhere in life. And time flies by. You have to be very self-aware where you are in the world and where your mental health is. This is definitely talking about mental health, in my opinion. If you're not in a situation you want to be in, I think it's really important to kind of sit down and try to think about, okay, what is it that is hindering me from being where I want to be? What are steps that I can take to get where it is I want to get? And what can I do differently to where I can prioritize myself, make steps into doing what it is that I want in life? That is super important. I think if there's any takeaway, I definitely think you need to look in the mirror. You need to have a sit down. You need to be honest with yourself. You need to create a foundation of what it is you need to do differently. Prioritize yourself. Don't neglect yourself. You're the most important person to you, and you need to put yourself forward first. So, I don't know, just my little tidbit of hopefulness, but yeah, that's my interpretation of this. I think this band is amazing. You guys need to check this band out. They're definitely a newer band. I think they put out amazing music. Let me know what you guys think, but I'm very impressed with this band. I'm really happy that I discovered this band. So, yeah, definitely let me know what you think of the music video. Definitely let me know what you think of the lyric breakdown. Yeah, definitely recommend some more music. So, hopefully you guys enjoyed. And as always, I'll see you guys in the next video. Later.